Oh, man. I suppose that will instantly put this video into the category of non-family friendly, adults only. It's amazing how many videos I've actually made in the past that I didn't think were very concerning, but apparently got pushed to some corner of YouTube. It's fine. I understand. I have kids. I don't want them to see, you know, some dude smoking a joint talking about life. On the other hand, it's just life. It's just people. It's the same as seeing somebody on TV drinking a glass of wine on a TV show, right? That really we all have different perceptions of what we think is normal and the things that we consider to be normal. In my life, smoking weed is nothing. It's just something people do. For some people, it would be like, oh my God, you smoke marijuana? I know that's changing now. Now even the squares are out smoking weed, but you get my point. Each person in this world has their own unique box that they fit life into that makes them think that this is normal and this is what matters. And boy, has that box been shaken up lately. Let me just say that. I realize that a lot of people are very confused right now. If you're confused about what's going on in politics or Hollywood or movies, music, whatever it might be, if you understand the underlying archetypes, it makes sense. And I'm not saying that I do, because I'm still gaining this knowledge as I get older. You know, the wisdom that comes each year with, why are things this way? Why do people feel this way? You know, why does an entire group of people think this way? And I don't want to dispute the people that believe things, and I also don't want to dispute their beliefs. As you know, on this channel, I've never spent much time telling people they're wrong. It's not my thing. My thing is to try to understand why we believe what we believe. And mind you, believing means it's the same as faith. But it's even lesser than faith in the sense that I believe this to be true, but I have no evidence to prove otherwise. And that brings me to where we at currently with politics. I believe that Elon Musk actually did a Nazi salute the other day. And I made a comment about it on YouTube. I believe it based on my prior experiences in this world. It's not because the media told me so. I had a couple of comments where people were like, oh, you just believe the media. And a couple other comments that were like, please talk about this. So this is why I'm discussing it. It's not because I want to. It's because I have to. Because I believe that a man who calls himself the greatest troll stood up on stage and did a Hitler salute in order to get people riled up and talking about him, because he's so fucking insecure about who he is. He's so insecure about people liking him that he's willing to do it. Not just that, he literally was caught cheating on video games. He pretended to be the world's best player. He said it on Joe Rogan on a few video games. And then the gaming community realized that he had actually paid somebody to play his account. So here's where we're at. I'm not here to diss Elon. I'm here to say it's been proven that this guy wants attention, that he's bought every company that he owns, that he's never actually invented a company or been the innovator or creator of a company. He invested into PayPal. He invested into SpaceX. He invested into Tesla. All of these were companies that existed before Elon. He bought into them, put a name on it, and then somehow over the last year or two, when Teslas were selling more than ever, tanked the stock value after buying Twitter and claiming that he was all about free speech, but then banning people who talk bad about him. I know I'm throwing a lot out here, but Elon Musk is the most insecure man that I've ever seen in my life. Billionaire or not, I believe that it is the money that has made him insecure. And here is a guy who wants to be loved, wants to be liked. And the scariest thing about people like that is they're willing to say anything to get people to like them. They're even willing to do horrendous gestures just to get the kind of wink and nod of extremists, but at the same time denying completely that was their intention. At least own your intention. Now, I had a couple comments on my post about that, people who wanted to sound like they were rational, like I was the crazy one. And I will say, as a human being, if you watched Elon Musk do that Nazi salute, do not be gaslit. Do not be fooled. Do not think that you're wrong or misinterpreting something. We've all grown up to know exactly what that means. The worst excuse I've heard is he's autistic, he doesn't know better. This kind of shit, like, okay, so you have the richest man in the world is autistic and he's in charge of business and how the government deals with business. I am actually, like, not shocked. I guess I am a little bit shocked that people are this fucking dumb to let a billionaire come in and be okay with it. Now, a lot of even conservatives are saying, this is fucked up. Why did you let this guy in here? This guy that owns all these big companies who, by the way, gets more kickbacks and dividends from the U.S. government through subsidies than any other company that I know of. As far as I know, Elon Musk has received more recently than in government subsidies for his companies than any other company. In fact, you as the taxpayer who go to work every day and bust your fucking ass, you were helping to pay $7,000 towards any Tesla somebody wanted to buy because of the green movement. I'm not here to talk bad about electric cars. I'm not here to say that subsidies are completely bad. It's good to help good companies that need help. But the richest man in the world, not having to pay any taxes, or not many, because he's got, so many kickbacks and stock buybacks. It's like Elon is like, Jeff Bezos' brother, the Lex Luthor looking motherfucker. And I know this, I have to make this video because it ties in with my previous videos. One is called Why I Don't Like Billionaires. The next one is, I don't remember, it was something about don't be afraid of money. But I have to make this to make it clear. You could offer me $1 billion to counter my own values and make YouTube videos about how much I love Bezos and how much I love Elon. Let's say the guy offered me $1 billion to make a video. A lot of people would say, of course you'd take that. You wouldn't tell anybody. I think this says more about other people than me, because I wouldn't take it. Money is not my main driver in life. Comfort is. And not comfort long term. Not comfort in some long future where I'm going to retire. Not comfort in having more assets than other people. But comfort in every day being able to go to work and have a reasonable day. And fucking drive home through traffic and then have a reasonable evening. And not be angry. Not be frustrated. Not be stressed out. It seems like those are very simple things to ask for. But the truth is, a lot of people feel this every day. They're always worried about things. And it's not just the poor, it's the wealthy too. But the wealthy tend to be stressed even more because you have to hang on to your wealth. Whereas the rest of the people can say, well, if I lose everything tomorrow, I'll just figure something out. I'll start over. But if you've already accumulated vast sums of wealth, your only hope is to get people to like you. And somehow, the richest man in the world, who never invented anything himself except the Cybertruck, and mind you, I don't want to go on a side tangent, but the Cybertruck is the shittiest pickup that's ever been invented. Yeah, it drives fast when it works, but it falls apart, can't go through sand, can't climb hills, catches on fire. I know all that's extreme. It's not going to catch on fire. But let's be straight up here. The Cybertruck has had more issues than any other fucking vehicle in recent history. And yet people still defend that piece of shit. And it's telling me something important about people. Something I needed to know. Something that up until the Cybertruck, up until Elon was in government, I never realized could be true. That blue-collar Americans who get up every morning and go to work in the dark, defrost their windshields, they're hardcore supporters of Trump and Elon. They really think that these people are going to improve their lives. And that's sad to me, because these are my people, my neighbors, the people who I love, the people who I talk to, people who aren't bad people, who mean well and really think that other people are looking out for them. And you know why they feel that way? Because they care about other people. So it's not a diss on those who are Trump supporters and Elon supporters. It's an admission that those are good people. Those are people who care about other people. It's just that they're misguided and really believe that they care about them. They really think that billionaires care about their personal well-being, and that the benefit to the average American blue-collar worker is what's going to be gained here through all of this bullshit. It's going to make more money for the people who have money. It's always been that way. It's not going to change. So I want to say this is my olive branch, not an insult or a haha, fuck Elon or fuck Trump, but rather, neither of these people care about you. It's time we care about each other. It's time we get back to the roots and understanding. Maybe the intention is good with Trump. I mean, in my opinion, he's dumb enough. And I say, it's hard to say that because people instantly get defensive. I've had people say, well, Elon's not dumb. Look, what have you invented? What have you created? I've created a family that works. I'm with my original wife and my original kids, and I'm still raising them. I don't have 12 kids and 3 wives that I just can't figure out what the fuck I want in life, because I'm not a fucking loser. And, we have attached money and the value of a person so much on what they're making and innovating, we forget that they're not the ones innovating and that their personal lives are miserable. Who gets up and tweets at 3 a.m. about politics? Somebody who's very unstable. So those are my thoughts on this. I know people will disagree, and I respect that. I had to get this out. I think Elon is just a douchebag, but I honestly feel sorry for the guy. I know you think that's ridiculous, probably. Like, why would you feel sorry for a billionaire? Look, you can only lay on so many plush pillows. You can only have so many servants before you look within, because every one of us, deep down inside, has to interact with ourselves. If you look at the Jungian archetypes and the Joseph Campbell, I've been listening to some of his one of his audiobooks today. I just love discussions with people who talk about archetypes, allegories, and symbolism, to realize that all of us want to live on a hero's journey. It's just that some people's journey is pretty preposterous. They think that their journey involves telling other people what to do. If your journey doesn't involve your own self-discovery, then you missed it altogether. Because nobody should have to think the way we do. It's the way I feel sympathy for people who are in the Catholic Church, you know, bishops and popes and cardinals. Why feel sorry for them? Because they're wrapped up in wearing a uniform and thinking they know what's best on some aspect of human spirituality. The same way that a billionaire knows what's best for human monetary funds and personal finance. So here we are in the year 2025. The economy is tanking. It has been since long ago, but 2008 was kind of a holdover, and a lot is going on behind the scenes. Inflation is going out of hand. It's not going to go backwards. The wage is still cheap. We still have politicians, the Conservative Party especially, who say, wow, we don't need a higher wage. This is where, like, you know, yeah, I'm a conservative. I don't believe we should force employers to give people fair wages, even though in the state of Washington here, we make, you know, I think $15 or something is the minimum wage, and people still have a hard time getting by. But the idea that waitresses in Georgia and Tennessee should get like $2 an hour or nothing, it's all fucked up. And people go along with it because they don't know any better. It doesn't affect them. So what do? We vote, we do the best we can, and here we are. Those are my thoughts on politics and Elon Musk. I'm not going to go into it anymore. This is my once a year diss on politicians. Elon Musk was my main focus here, but, you know, they kicked out Ramaswamy because he wanted to bring in, you know, more H-1B immigrants. You know, I follow these things, but I just don't care enough because I don't want to spend my whole life studying politics to understand how it all works. I just look into people's eyes and their behavior, and I do the best to assume their intentions. And I feel like the Trump administration, including Elon, do not have your best interest at heart as a blue-collar worker in this country. If you're an investor in large corporations and you have a bunch of money out there, you're probably a supporter, and I would not tell you not to be. I would say, if you invest in stocks and bonds and treasuries or, you know, companies, corporations, if your thing is investment, then go for it. You know, Trump might be good for you. But I think for the average American, this is going to bite everybody in the ass. And it's during a crucial time where people really need to look at what's important in the world. And that's my bullshit fucking rant about what's going on right now. So be well. Don't forget, I got this here. Be Here Now. This is a great book by Ram Dass. Actually, it's all read vertically, or at least most of it, I think. Oh, look, it's $1 billion from the Bank of Zimbabwe after their economy collapsed because of inflation. I'm sure you'll be seeing some of these $1 billion bills in America eventually. Trying not to be cynical. It's all funny to me because I've spent the last 6 months backing up the fact that Trump won, and just, you know, to people who are really freaked out, I was saying, dude, relax. It's going to be fine. 4 years will pass. It'll go on to the next president. But the thing is, we live in a country. We live in a country that has politics. Therefore, we all need to contribute to it somehow. If I don't say something, then I feel like I'm not being part of my own discussion in my country. So those are my thoughts. I know a lot of folks disagree, and that's fine, but if you're a huge Elon fan, why don't you just go down in the comments section and leave a comment, a long, descriptive comment, not something cynical, like I'm sure a dozen people have already left. By now, if you're one of the people who's left a cynical comment, I get it. But please, give me something to go on. I'm not dumb. You know this. I think about these things. I don't trust Elon, and I don't think he's stable. Why should I believe that anything Elon does is going to be beneficial? for the average person. Not companies, not stocks, or prices. Because I've talked with a lot of folks who say, well, stocks are going up here or there. I don't care about your stocks. I care about the person who gets up at 6 in the morning and goes to work every day and wants to make a decent wage. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you next time. Be well. Take care of each other. Peace out.